Goeienaand, good evening fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you heard it here first on Loving Life channel about how easy it was for people to remove that little mark on their thumb. And I'm going to attach a couple of videos of people doing exactly that. And of course this has created a real halbala amongst these minor parties who are saying that the whole election is rigged now, because God knows how many ANC voters would have known about this flaw in the system. Of course, the IEC, or the Independent Electoral Commission, I would rather call it the Irregular Electoral Commission, initially came out and said there's no way that people could vote 2 or 3 times. But once the video evidence came out on this channel, they quickly changed their tune. But let's see what they're now saying. The IEC held a press briefing at the ROC in Pretoria. The Independent Electoral Commission does not have measures in place to ensure that voters do not repeat vote. This came out during the IEC media briefing earlier on Wednesday, where they were given an update on the progress of the voting around the country. Asked whether there were other safeguard measures in place to ensure that voters did not repeat vote, Chief Electoral Officer Sai Mamabolo could not say if it was an offence to do so, and they would immediately prosecute whoever is found guilty of the offence. Questions around the possibility of some people voting more than once arose when some people reported to have been able to erase what is supposed to be an indelible mark on their left thumb, which is applied before one could cast a vote as a safety measure to ensure that no one votes more than once. And this is what we talked about in my post, which initially broke the story. Every station is equipped with a zip machine, which is used to scan ID barcodes to check voter registration and so on. According to Mamalbolo, the machine would not stop anyone from voting twice in the event they had managed to delete their indelible mark. The zip machine is not connected to any live network. It operates as a local machine to facilitate voting at particular stations. Those who are attempted to double vote need to know that this is an offence. We will want to have them prosecuted immediately, said Mamabolo. Voting for the general elections around the country is said to be proceeding smoothly in most parts of the country, except in isolated areas where some stations have opened late, remain closed, or stations have run out of ballot papers. And then in closing, Msego Shiburi said, and he's the IEC's deputy CEO, "We plead with those communities to put their interests of their country ahead of their narrow community interests and allow voting to proceed." Now that's in relation to the protests and things that are going on there. Now, as a result of double voting and triple voting and things like that, because of the flaw in the IEC's voting system, several political parties have lodged objections with the IEC, claiming that the disappearing ink made it possible for people to vote more than once. Now, as you know, I've seen videos of voters showing their supposed indelible ink being easily removed, and I have a couple of videos of them attached here. And the security measures at polling stations failed to detect that they had already voted. However, IEC Commissioner Masoto Mopaya has told EWN that they have several systems to protect the integrity of the voting system. Unlike the old green bar-coded IDs, the smart card system does not allow the officials to stamp the document to show you have already voted. They use zapper machines to determine if someone is registered to vote, but those machines cannot immediately detect if you have already voted. Instead, all officials can do is immediately scratch you off the voter's roll if you vote at the polling station where you are registered. But Mapoya insists that there is another process to protect the voting system if you cheat the system. Before we even count, we have to investigate that incident. It's another check. I have about 8 to 9 checks. We can't declare results. He has warned that they will go after those who manage to vote more than once. And that's the update. as it stands on the voting scandal in the South African 8th of May 2019 elections. And just for the record, the ANC have got well over 5 million votes at this stage, and they've got about 60% of the vote. And it looks like the EFF have not performed as well as they were supposed to. They were supposed to get about 14%. They're below 10%. So that's the good news out of this election. All right, guys, have a great evening. Please remember to subscribe and ring the bell so you get the updates, and have a great evening. Bye for now. Here come the videos.
It does.
Sweet pause, it must clean, finish. Is it out?
It's out.
It's out.
It's
the
out.
Ink is out.
The ink is out.
The ink is out. Yes.
This is what the ANC is doing in
This
is
what
pause it.
I want to show you how simple is it to actually remove the ink from the IEC. I have voted today. This is my thumb. But however, I can clean this thumb with only this product. It's called degreaser. I want to show you how free and not fair is this elections. So I would really urge South Africans to lodge all the political parties to lodge an agent query. This is my mark. I'm not going to remove it. I'm just going to clean it right here. I'm just going to show you how easy it is. It takes less than 2 minutes to actually clean it. That's it. Just clean. And then you clean it thoroughly also on the skin. It goes out immediately. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to do anything. It is very simple. Simple as SABC. So please stop lying and say these elections are free and fair. This is my thumb. It's clean. I can go to any voting station and vote again.